Most men don't realize this until it's too late, but your 20s are full of hidden traps. I've lived through a few, and I've watched others fall into the same ones. It's not just about the mistakes, it's the regret, the what-ifs that hit you at 2 a.m. when you're staring at the ceiling like it's a whiteboard for your past. Let's talk about them, and how to avoid carrying them into your 30s. I want to share a story with you. I met this girl on the street, right after things had started opening up back in 2020. It felt really spontaneous, it felt real. One of those movie scene moments. I just walked up to her, gave her a compliment. We started talking, we kept walking, and suddenly, we were onto something. She liked me, a lot actually. But I knew almost immediately that I didn't quite feel the same way. Not in the way I think she deserved. Still, I let it drag on for months. I kept seeing her. I told myself maybe my feelings would catch up. That maybe I was just being slow to open up. But I knew, I really knew it deep inside. And I waited too long to say it. When it ended really hard. She unfriended me, blocked me, deleted everything. Snapchat, Instagram, just gone in an instant. I don't blame her. She gave her heart to someone who kept saying, I'm not sure. And that's a regret I carry, which sometimes comes up to haunt me. Not because it ended, but because I didn't end it sooner. If you've ever stayed in something because it's easier than being honest, that's not compassion. That's fear. And fear hurts people. Like using a move you know won't be effective, but clicking it anyway because it's comfortable. You don't owe anyone forever, but you do owe them clarity. And this goes for if you're in a job situation that you are not into and you refuse to change it just because you're comfortable, you're afraid of the unknown. It's the exact same situation there. And regret doesn't always come from action. Sometimes it comes from what you avoid. We numb ourselves. Not just with alcohol or partying, but with screens, distractions, busyness. We scroll, we binge, we quote-unquote grind. But it's not growth, it's just noise. And I have done this myself. I told myself, I'm just chilling tonight. But what I was really doing was running from a truth I didn't want to face. Avoiding your thoughts is like skipping wild encounters. You never level up. And then one day you run into a gym leader and you're underleveled. You can't win. You're gonna white out. The next one is very personal to me. And I think this one really hurts because it's so quiet. It's playing it safe. Not taking the shot, not applying, not asking, not moving. I regret every opportunity I didn't take because I was scared I'd fail. The startup I passed on, the YouTube channel I delayed, the city I never moved to. And here's the plot twist. The things I did risk, even when they flopped, I don't regret any of them. It's like racing a perfect team but never challenging the Elite Four because you're afraid of losing. You'll never know how strong you are until you step into that battle. And then there's the slowest regret and the most dangerous, letting time pass, without any sense of direction. Waking up one day and realizing, you've been floating for years. It's the regret that sounds like, I thought I'd be further by now. I used to tell myself I had time. But what I didn't realize is, drifting has a cost. And it's not dramatic. It's just silent erosion. You don't need a 10-year plan, but you do need intention. Even just asking, what am I moving toward this month? Or else you'll look back and realize you've just been pressing B to cancel evolution. Then finally, I have something very personal to share, is that I failed NoFap more than 200 times. 200 times! Every time I relapsed, I told myself, I just need more willpower. Next time, I'll get it. I'll be stronger. But willpower fades when you're tired, lonely, or bored. That's when the triggers kick in. Honestly, it became an identity loop. I started to see myself as the guy who always resets. And that made the resets easier to justify. It felt like spawning back at the Pokemon Center and walking straight back into the gym, same team, no strategy, hoping something's different, and then whiting out. But here's what finally changed. I stopped trying to quit, and I started trying to evolve. And that's when I built what I now call the reinvention blueprint. Because when I stopped asking, how do I stop this habit? And started asking, who do I want to become? That's when the game changed. I stopped counting streaks, started focusing on alignment instead. And the guy I'm building now, he doesn't need the dopamine. He has purpose, direction, and clarity. And what I want to do with this is I want to turn this into something I can share with you guys. An early prototype of the reinvention blueprint. So if you're trying to break out of a habit loop and actually evolve, drop me a reinvention in the comments. I want to gauge the interest for my reinvention blueprint to see if it's actually something I should build to share with you guys. And here's what I've learned from living through my 20s. Regret doesn't mean that you're broken. It means that you're awake now. These days, I move differently. I speak up sooner, even if it's a little awkward. I take micro risks weekly. I ask the future me for advice, not past me for forgiveness. And I measure life in moves taken and not plans made. You don't need to rewrite your whole life today, but you do need to press A. Start the encounter, start the dialogue, start the walk. You're not stuck with regrets weighing you down. They're just part of your story, not the whole thing. So if you've made mistakes, if you ghosted someone, drifted for too long, or stayed quiet when you knew you should have spoken, you're not broken. You're just ready to evolve. So take that first step. Pick a new route, use a rare candy, whatever it takes to move again. Because your future self, he's not judging you for the past. He's just waiting to meet you. So if this resonated, drop a comment. What's one regret you're done carrying forward? Let's evolve together.